Hi, my name is Bogumil Baranowski. I'm a co-founder and partner of Sicart Associates, which is an investment firm based in New York City. We have clients who are entrepreneurs and families based around the world. And we are a relatively new company, founded 2 years ago. And we built the company with an idea of becoming a 21st century company. So we have a full remote working capability. And everybody that works with us and our partners can work from anywhere if they want to. And we actually believe that that helps our clients. We provide a better service, we live better lives, and we're also becoming better investors in the process. I think it's the future. I think at this event we're meeting a lot of people that are at the cutting edge of the change that's coming. I believe that more businesses and more careers and more jobs will provide us with an ability to work from anywhere. But this will also allow a lot of employers to tap into talent that's anywhere in the world, which is a huge challenge these days because, especially in the US, we see a lot of people coming to the US for a lot of jobs. What if you can open it up and have talent from all over working anywhere, and US talent working anywhere they want? So you have a lot more flexibility and choice as an employer, huge benefits as an employee because you can combine the lifestyle that you want with the job and career that you aspire to have. Well, one of our partners, who is a senior partner at the firm, who's actually in his 70s, he chose to move from New York City to Mexico, out of all the places. So he was really at the cutting edge of our change, although he was the oldest from our team at the time. And he introduced us to the idea. He asked, how can I do what I do by not being in the office all the time? So we made sure that he has the connection, the computer, the software, the phone, and everything else that works remotely. And he said, can we do video calls? Because I'd like to see you, I'd like to be a part of all the meetings, but I won't be there physically. So he was really at the cutting edge of our change within the firm, and then we introduced it and we all started to benefit from it and use it. But he was really the inspiration. His name is François Sicart, and the firm Sicart Associates is named after him. And he was really, he might not even consider himself a remote worker, but in my mind, he was the ultimate remote worker in our team from the very beginning. Well, we realized that certain things are better done or easier to do in person when you're in a room all together to have a discussion, because there's a lot of communication that happens beyond the words in person, facial expression, body language. So we realized that we have to divide our tasks into those that are much better done in person, in a room, in a conference room, all of us together, and certain things that we can do from anywhere. So a lot of my job is looking for investments, so I spend a lot of time reading. It doesn't really matter where I'm sitting and reading. I'd rather spend time on the beach and read and look for investment ideas and talk to people, get inspiration at events like this than sit at a desk. I actually believe that the best investment ideas don't come to you at a desk. They actually happen when you're out and about exploring the world. So that was my first revelation. And then we noticed that certain things we just have to do in person. So we're very conscious about how we can be productive. We have a lot of client meetings, and we actually travel. I'm traveling now in Europe to meet some of the clients, and we realize, and there are quite a few people discussing here at this conference, how the human touch matters. So what's the highest value added, right? There are a lot of things that the computers can do for us. They empower us to do a lot of things, but the human touch is something that you can't replace. So if you come to an investment advisor, you would like to talk to an actual person. If you go to a doctor, you don't want a machine to tell you which surgery you're going to have, right? You want to have a person that knows your name, knows your kids, knows your story, knows where the pain is, and they will suggest a certain procedure instead of a machine just spitting out, that's the surgery, that's the date. I would feel uncomfortable with it the same way my clients feel uncomfortable with a machine deciding their financial future and independence based on an algorithm instead of a human touch and understanding. In my case, it was a little bit of all. So I'm based in New York City, but I'm originally from Poland. My family is based in Poland. My girlfriend is from Chicago, so her family is in Chicago. So remote work allows us to spend more time with family and friends that are not based in New York City, and it gives us more flexibility. We love to travel. We love actually scuba diving, sailing, anything with water. So when we see waves over here, we're in heaven. And for us, having that ability to work from anywhere, still pursue our careers, be very, very active, even more productive, but combine that with the ability to travel and go see places and work from some very interesting locations. That was the idea. That's a tricky question. So if you are approaching a company that's already open to that idea or has someone like one of our partners that's open to the idea, it's probably much easier because it's already part of the conversation and people are used to the idea. They see that you're more productive. They see that they can still control your efforts even remotely. I imagine that a lot of companies that have no experience with remote work will have trouble understanding where you're coming from. So events like this, and people that are joining an event like this, they're actually spreading the message. And one of the speakers here was talking about the whole idea of introducing employers to the benefits of remote work. So maybe today you will still run into quite a few companies that will say, I can't imagine how that would work for us. But it's happening so fast. And within 3, 5, 10 years, I can't imagine that there will be a company that will say, we don't know what remote work is and how we can make it work. If you have the talent you want to have, and they happen to enjoy remote working, they will find a way to hire you. That's the future, I think. We had a chance to start a company from scratch. 2 years ago, we left a larger company where we had in-house accounting, compliance, trading, everything that you need, all the components to run an investment firm. And we could start it from scratch. So we decided, where do we add the highest value? And we figured we're really good at picking investments, and we're very good at keeping our relationship with clients, keeping a loyal client base. So we wanted to spend more time looking for ideas and spend more time with clients like me this week traveling around Europe. So we figured out what are the services that we can outsource and find somebody else that does it better, often cheaper, and they're just a good alternative for us. So we can spend more time on what we're good at. So we just assembled sort of like a puzzle of the things that we can outsource, use software platforms that can do it for us, and use technology to empower us to provide a better service and go back to the human touch and having more time for it instead of me trying to do something that an app can do within minutes instead of me spending a whole day. So that kind of mindset, where are your strengths? Where do you add real value? What do you enjoy the most? And where does, the most important part, where does the client value what you offer the most? I think the biggest tip is if you have an idea, if you have a dream, pursue it. If that dream is to travel and work in different places, just do it. And if the first employer doesn't accept it, find another one that will, because the world is changing so fast and employers are just catching up with the wave that's happening.